Thank you. First of all, thanks everybody for being here. We're just going to take a few minutes of your time, and I just wanted to make a few statements. So let's begin. Nearly 14 months ago, we presented a vision for new facilities to the community. We have probably been more transparent with this campaign, and possibly it's been the longest campaign in the history of St. Joseph. I've been here 33 years, and I don't remember one quite like it. The core message has remained very consistent. We still need to renew the operating levy. We still need it on a permanent basis. We have board elections every 2 years, which provides one way for which we can be held accountable. There are two main drivers regarding the bond issue that I want to summarize. We need to right-size the school district and reduce the number of elementary schools from 18 to 16. We simply cannot continue to afford 18 elementary schools, and our population has shifted to the northeast. We have to respond to that. That's part of what our job is as a school district. Let me review for you the components of the vision again. They are to close Neely and Hall and replace those 200-year-old schools with a new school at Carden Park. We need an addition at Skaith Elementary to prepare for projected growth in the future. We need to purchase property somewhere on the southern tip of the city to prepare for a new middle school that would serve the south side. And we have to build a new school to serve the growth in the northeast. That would entail closing Noyes and Webster, but continuing to use them as district facilities for other programs. We can build 2 new schools for a modest amount, $41.80 a year or $3.50 a month for a house with a $100,000 fair market value. Remember, we can also put hundreds of people to work for up to 2 years, and we will stimulate the local economy with those jobs. Please let me remind you of this. The Board of Education has passed a local bidder preference policy, thereby sending a strong signal to our community that they want the jobs associated with the bond issue to go to our local citizens. Our message boils down to this, folks. Renew the operating levy, that is not a tax increase. Build new schools and put local people to work. It's a very simple message. Unfortunately, it's a message that seems to have gotten lost. The opposition seems pretty fixated on what I eat, when I eat, and where I eat it. All of this has been a distraction and has been meant to distract our community and the media. Today, we are going to share some information with you, and we want to clear up some information that has been reported in recent days. We will continue to answer questions anytime folks ask, but we thought perhaps this way we could make a statement for everybody. Last week, a Cameron resident, one of the opposition's leaders, told the News Press editorial board that we did not roll back the levy voluntarily. As a matter of fact, we did roll the levy back voluntarily in an open meeting with the media present in August 2006. I remember being interviewed live out down by the loading dock by Nathan Byrne at KQTV when we went live. And then we came into the board meeting and the board passed that voluntary rollback. It was reported in the media. So I wanted to clear that up. I think that's a very important point to get out to the public. Now let's talk about our opposition. A Kansas City consulting firm, Axiom Strategies, has requested information from us regarding emails, phone bills, air travel, salaries of the district's top people, as well as information about the previous superintendent's salary. In addition, a Columbia consulting firm, Pure Marketing, has purchased advertising in the local media, also opposing our proposal. Incidentally, their attack ads mimic the criticisms of the Kansas City consultants and the New York telemarketers. Interesting, isn't it, that so many consultants from so far away are so very interested in our children and in our community. Does anyone recall them expressing such interest or concern previously? Well, here are the facts about our air travel. As I said, we have been asked for information about every plane ticket purchased by the school district in the last 3 years. I will be asking Janet Pullen, our Chief Financial Officer, to walk you through the numbers. It's about $147,000 over the past 3 years, but I want you to know that we travel for essentially 2 reasons: opportunities for professional development of staff, or to send our students and chaperones to national and regional competitions and activities. I also want you to know that we value professional development highly. If I could point you to the sign, the banner behind John, we're proud that we earned the Commissioner's Award of Excellence for Professional Development. And folks, we don't plan to let people from Kansas City, New York City, or Columbia tell us what's good for our teachers, principals, and students, no matter how many tens of thousands of dollars they spend trying to defeat us. Incidentally, just for your record, I've been to 1 national conference since becoming superintendent. Right now, I would like for Janet Pullen, our Chief Financial Officer, to walk you through some of the issues that the Kansas City, New York City, and Columbia consulting firms have raised. So Janet, why don't you come up and I'll try to shift these microphones for you. We'll pause. If this does not come through for you, we'll try to do something different, okay?
First prop. As Dr. Smith said, they asked us about all the airline tickets that were purchased in the last 3 years. So the first question that you might ask would be, well, who is doing this travel? Teachers, $65,943. Students, $53,421. Administrators, $27,764. And administrators includes our principals, and that was just under $17,000 of that number, for a 3-year total of airline travel of $147,838. I think your next question might be, well, why are we doing this travel? Well, in the last 3 years, $89,536 of that was for professional development. $56,945 was for student-related trips. That's the sponsors and the students. $817 was for candidates for the superintendency when those interviews were conducted. And $540 to receive a National Blue Ribbon Award for Ellison Elementary. Again, the same 3-year total, $147,838. Anticipating your next question, how do we pay for that travel? Some of it is from local tax funds, but almost half of it has specific revenue sources. Students paid for about $22,246 of that, and that's primarily the marine biology class, so that's 3 years worth of that class, and those students and teachers go to where there's an ocean to study marine biology. Fundraising, that's essentially students and parents, other patrons, $21,903. What we call the 1% PD, or professional development money from the state. A portion of our state aid has to be spent on professional development, and of that, $15,717 was spent on airline tickets. Grants and federal dollars, $11,781. And other, which is essentially our local funds, other state funds, $76,191. And those numbers, that is less than 0.05% of our operating budget for those 3 years, $147,838.
So with that, we would take a few questions if you wish, and we'll just move. John, you had your hand up first?
Yeah. One of the